Montana Danna accuses Shay Carl of harassment. What's up, blind viewers? How's everybody doing today? All right, we have a interesting story for you. So let's just go right ahead and get to it, shall we? Montana Danna, now she's been absent from YouTube scene for almost a year. She made a comeback about 2 weeks ago, as only Danna could. Danna found herself homeless, jobless, and carless, in her words. Her humorous approach to the situation was entertaining and expected from this big personality. Not living in her van, she took a different approach to YouTube. As we would find out later, she is no novice to being a creator and more on YouTube. The quirky blonde with the big lashes put her skills to work. Danna ramped up the editing and turned on the funny. She started to tell her life story. From childhood to school athlete, from music to fitness. She laid it all out there for us to learn about. She even discussed her spinal surgery that ended her sports career. I found it to be a refreshing, enthusiastic, and comedic peek into Danna. It was all done in a manner that only the beauty with the big smile could pull off. In a recent video, Danna had mentioned working with a big YouTuber and being #MeTooed. Even that was done in a sort of jovial way. If you were paying attention, though, you could tell there were underlying seriousness to it all. Danna's latest video would reveal the secret that would erase the bright white smile and eliminate the comedic tone of her previous videos. Danna had built a business and client base. She had an opportunity to edit some videos and do a Christmas album for a big YouTuber. The aspiring go-getter packed up her car and uprooted her life to work for the YouTuber. Her aspirations as a singer-songwriter and skills at editing made the leap seem worth the disruption of her life. The YouTuber in question turned out to be Shay Carl. Now, Danna was promised so many videos to edit each week with a set amount of payment. Danna became fast friends with Shay's wife, Collette. She also adored the children. Danna was to work with the family to write, perform, and produce 12 Christmas songs. She had already put a lot of time and work into this project. Then things went in a bad direction. This is what Danna said had transpired.
And I'm like, what the hell? Why? So I open the door and he comes in. He's like, I need to talk to you. So we kind of go into the kitchen. My brother Alex comes upstairs and he's just kind of listening from the other room. He's kind of sitting in the living room on his phone. But so Shay and I are over here in the kitchen. Alex is over here in the living room. And then Shay starts saying, Collette kicked me out. And she's really mad at me, really angry at me. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. What happened? Like, just trying to be a friend, you know, and whatnot. And then he says, like, I need to talk to you in private, because he could tell Alex was listening. So I'm like, okay, like, did something happen? And so the kitchen's here, Alex is over here, and he's on one side of the bar, I'm on the other side of the bar in the kitchen, and he just makes a beeline for my bedroom. And so I go in after, I'm like, what's going on? And he lays in my bed. He just like lays in my bed and he says, I really need to sleep here tonight. Basically, I need to let him sleep in my bed tonight. And he says, Collette kicked me out. I don't have a place to go. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking millionaire. Go get a hotel.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was thinking in my head. But really, I just froze. Like, I didn't know what to do or say. I was super uncomfortable. And he's like, just let me sleep here tonight. Promise I won't touch you. And then he continues to say, but I've always been so attracted to you. Like, I don't know if I could control myself. And I was just frozen. I didn't know what to do. And then I look over at my phone and my brother's listening from the other room and he texts me, this is sexual harassment, which obviously it is. And so I try and just, I don't know why I'm afraid to just be like, get the fuck out and leave. Like, I don't want to be aggressive with him.
Yeah, right.
Because I don't
Boss man, I guess, right?
It's kind of a, I can't even explain it. You just kind of freeze and like are in high alert. Like, what do I do? What do I do? And then so I figured if I brought up Collette, he would have a change of heart. Like, oh, my wife, right. So I say to him, I'm going to CrossFit with Collette in the morning. This is very uncomfortable. Like, like, am I supposed to let her know you were here tonight? And then he kind of gets out of bed and gets like, sits on the end of the bed. And he's like, I don't know what to do. And just, you know, he kind of rambles on about how he doesn't have a place to go and he just needs some help. And, you know, he's done so much for me in my career. And I need to, it's almost like he's pressuring me to let him stay there.
Yeah.
It's
right.
not almost, it is. He was pressuring me to let him stay there.
I did for you.
And then I told him, I'm like, you know what, Shay, it looks like you're drunk. Like, I'll call you a cab. And then he kind of gets up and kind of stumbles a little bit. And then he comes at me right up to my face, like he's going to kiss me. And I just kind of like, okay, Shay, you got to go, and push him away. Like, you got to leave. And, I think I mentioned I'd call him a cab, and he's like, no. And like storms out kind of angry or something. He also sent me like a guilt text after that. Like, oh, I made it home, but I have to go sleep in the barn. I'm like, boo fucking who?
Boo
go sleep
fucking
in the barn.
who? That's right. Boo fucking who? Good for you, girl, right? Oh, man. After all this, now, Danna, she wanted to leave the entire situation, but was in a financial bind. The amount of work promised had stopped, and she had a 5-bedroom house that she was on the lease. You see, Shay talked Danna into the big house so he could have out-of-town production people stay and work there. Shay paid half the rent, and Danna paid the other half. However, Danna was the only one on the lease.
I'm now on a lease for a 5-bedroom house that you were adamant about getting as a production house. Again, refer to past texts and voice conversations. I would not have gotten a 5-bedroom house had it not been for your suggestion. If the rental company hadn't insisted that only the people living there can be on the lease, I would not have put it in my name. I cannot afford this house, nor am I financially able to get out of my lease. I am discouraged because I left a great life for what seemed to be a better opportunity, and the job I agreed to upon moving has not only fallen through, but then this happened.
Oh, and this happened. We all know what this is what she is referring to. So now we have Danna with time on the lease and job duties and pay decreased. Danna, she was in a bind. All this took its toll on Danna. Sleepless nights, stress, and health issues pushed her. Danna figured out what she would have made for 6 months had she been doing the work promised. She told Shay she wanted that figure so she could leave and start her life over. Danna said she had never gotten a response so quickly in her life. Shay said immediately he would do it. Now, I will put a link below to Danna's video. If you're interested in this story, you can go watch for yourself. Hear in her words what led up to this and what happened after. Now, in the video, Danna watches and comments on an interview of Shay by Roman Atwood. You can see Danna go through anger, frustration, sadness, and other emotions throughout this video. I would like to hear from you. What do you think? I am going to tell you my thoughts. Oh yeah, you knew I would. I stumbled across Montana Danna on YouTube a few years ago. I began watching the quirky girl in the bohemian van with a piano in it. Pretty wild stuff. Her straightforward, tell it like it is style was interesting to me. Her dry and sometimes over-the-top sense of humor was something that I enjoyed. I admired Danna's creative spirit. She's musically talented. She takes stunning pictures. She shoots and edits videos very well. She's an attractive young lady. She's physically fit. I mean, hey, come on. What's not to like? After watching and listening to her for a while, you learn about her scoliosis. You find out she is an energetic hustler. I don't mean a con artist hustler. I mean, she has many talents and uses them and is always on the go. She also seems that she's not afraid to try new things and just go for it, you know? Now, I'm sure there are some that will look at all this and see an opportunist. Some will say that a struggling woman living in her parents' basement will do what it takes to get out of that situation. By putting out this video, this is a step towards recognition. Using big names in the YouTube world is an attempt at a viral video and a big payout. I mean, she has had other channels, right? She tried fitness and van life and all kinds of other things. This is just another attempt at YouTube fame, right? Some will even say that Shay really didn't do anything. He didn't, like, throw her down and complete the deed, so to speak. What's a little come on? What's the harm? And I'm sure that some will say that a pretty girl that leaves everything to move into a house half paid for knows what the deal is and knows exactly what will happen. I believe Danna, and here is why. First thing is that Shay is Mormon. No, I'm not saying that he has several wives and wanted another. And by the way, I know a thing or two about being Mormon. The thing is that women are passive and subservient in the religion. The wife will believe and side with her husband almost no matter what. The other thing is that religious people, no matter what their religion, they're the worst. Now, I'm not talking about the everyday run-of-the-mill, go about your business, just, faith haver that believes and goes to church. No, I'm talking about the ones that always let you know just how righteous they are. The ones that make sure that you see them at church every Sunday. The ones that have to tell you and let you know constantly how much they are with God and how much faith they have and how just righteous and godlike they are. Now, they are the ones that will slap the kids, kick the dog, and bang the secretary. Trust me, I know several. The ones that do protest too much are the ones that are hiding the most.
Christmas, you know how they do those gigantic vlogs on Christmas? Well, I edited their vlog on Christmas for 10 hours. And in the vlog, they're portraying like the perfect marriage and the perfect family and everything's so great. And it was so sickening to me. And I literally, after I uploaded it, I collapsed and I couldn't move for a full, it was kind of later in the day, but I could not move my body. I don't know what happened. I felt like I was having a heart attack or something. And it was just so gross editing their video where they're portraying this perfect family and I have to edit it and put it together and tell that story. It's just gaslighting to the max. Now I'm helping them tell this fucking bullshit story.
To everyone, right? Yeah, well, it's that. And then the other thing is Danna herself. Unless she is an outstanding actress, you can see the emotional gamut she goes through talking about all this. I do think it has taken its toll and affected her. I just hope it didn't crush her ability to trust, and I hope it didn't affect her go-getter attitude and willingness to try new things. I hope it didn't crush her adventurous spirit, whether it be for views or just to get the story out. The girl got guts. Names like Shay Carl, Roman Atwood, Phil DeFranco, and even Casey Neistat are all friends and colleagues.
That night when that came out, I want to give a shout out to my good friends. Philip DeFranco was there. Cassim G was there. Hi, I'm Ron was there. Ronald Erickson. I had some of my other friends.
Is he really name dropping? You're name dropping the people who had your back?
These are huge names in YouTube and social media. This has the potential to go very, very bad. So, media ploy, attention grabber, an attempt at cancel culture. A scorned woman that uprooted and didn't get what she wanted. A hashtag Me Too. Another pretty girl objectified. Or a woman chasing her passion and taking advantage of a seemingly great opportunity just to be taken advantage of. Go watch for yourself and decide. Now, I personally wish Danna all the luck and I wish her well. And I look forward to more of her content. I happen to enjoy the girl. I think she is a hoot. I love her no-nonsense way. I just love her spirit, her quirkiness, I think she's funny as shit, and I enjoy watching her, and I hope she gets back to her old self. Good old Montana Danna. But hey, You don't have to agree with me. That is never the point here. The point is, this is Blind Views, and yes, that is the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.